Ellie Delman, and I've been with Sellercloud, Shipbridge for a little more than 5 years. And the question that I'm probably asked most often is, when is Shipbridge going to the cloud? I'm happy to say that we've already taken the first steps in that direction, and we're going to elaborate on that a little bit. It used to be that Sellercloud and Shipbridge was just a desktop application that communicated back and forth with Sellercloud on the web. Now we have Shipbridge is already at this point become a suite of applications that communicates with back and forth. It communicates with other apps. Okay, so we have the settings app. You don't no longer have you can get your settings from the web, not necessarily from your PC. Yes, this is already now. You can get the logs, and you can print labels, and you can also send notifications through Shipbridge. So let's elaborate on that just a little bit. So when it comes to settings, it used to be a whole problem to get your settings, and if you lost your settings and you want to go back to a previous version, so right now you can go here. So you have the old options, but you have a new option to reset from the server, and you get to see all the previous sessions. You can see the differences, what fields were different and so on, and you can easily go back to a previous version. I think that's a very welcome feature. Then we have the shipping history. So here we're in Sellercloud, the new version, and we have a shipped order. And you go to the shipping tab, and then you click on the printer icon over there, and you can view all the labels that were printed before. You can access them, you can save them, and you can print them, all through the interaction of Shipbridge and Sellercloud. Shipbridge also offers sort of a virtual printer. Among your printer options, it used to be that you needed a PDF printer or some other printer connected. Now you have a virtual printer, and you can save to a PDF just like that, or save it goes to the server, and then you can access it the way we showed on the previous slide. So when you set up your printer, instead of selecting an actual printer, you select the top option, PDF export, and you just save the file, and you can access it from wherever you want, including from the Sellercloud application. RTC, Real-Time Connect, that is the engine that runs behind Shipbridge and our other applications, and we have a user face now that allows you to take advantage of this Real-Time Connect and use it for various things like we're going to show in the next couple of slides. So you can see all your organization's installs. You can see every single installation and various features about it. You can see the version. You can see whether they have a deprecated version. You can see what issues there might be with the previous version, the marker ID, and the exact location. There's a very interesting map feature that you get to see the whole area and who's connected where, and more information. So you have the IP address over here. Now, the marker ID that I showed earlier is not so useful from a user perspective, but the CRC number, when you're dealing with a rep or with one of your installations, and you want to be able to find them easily, that's where the CRC number comes in handy. So again, you have the product, it could be Shipbridge, SKU stack, Receivebridge, and so on, and the version number, and whether they're up to date or not, whether they're using a version they should not be using. We still don't have a surefire way of making sure that everybody's on the proper version. People should be as current as possible, and they should certainly not be using a deprecated version. If we deprecated it, we have a good reason for that. And then again, the CRC number, last seen, and the location, and of course the username. You can see all the connected devices, and then you can zoom in on each one and see the different aspects of that installation. Okay, here we see we're zeroing in on the installation, and we get more info over there and how to download the latest version. You can use Real-Time Connect to do certain things that need to be done that were a bit difficult in the past, and now they become easier to use. You can request files. That's the collected files when you're dealing with a rep. In order to help resolve your issue, we need to have certain files, so you can request the files that way. You can actually ship and unship an order. You can print and you can view settings. And what's very important from a manager perspective, you can force a logout on one of your users. And here we are collecting files. So when you collect files, these 4 files are of course very important to the developer. But the order ID, if you're, it's very hard. I just know what this feels like when you get collected files with thousands of orders. It just makes it very difficult to resolve. So you can put in the order IDs, or you can select the range. You can put in individual order IDs or entire range, and then generate, and that will give you the files that are needed, and you forward that to the rep that's assisting you. Just shows it in action. The person fills it in. You can see the settings. You can view the individual setting file from the different installations, and you can ship an order. You can't, can't select different things about the order, the service, and the carrier. That has to be done on Shipbridge, of course. But if you're happy with the way the order is, you can ship it from Shipbridge, from Real-Time Connect, just by entering the order ID and clicking ship order. So you enter the order ID and you click ship, and now Real-Time Connect tells you that the order has been successfully shipped and a little more of the details about it. If you made a mistake and you want to unship, so now you can unship the order by again putting in the order ID and clicking unship order. Force logout. So here you just get the installation, you click force logout, and the person is logged out. Now we go to scan and ship. Of course, on Shipbridge, you can ship from the grid, and you can do more sophisticated shipping from scan and ship. But we've introduced some new features to scan and ship, of course, that interact with our other applications, and now we're going to talk a little bit about that. So after you set up a specific packaging type on Sellercloud, now from the ID number, which becomes a barcode, you can scan in the barcode, and then the DIMs will automatically populate. I'm going to do a little video showing that. So you scan in the barcode, and now the dimensions are populated. Product shipping preferences. So we have a service running on Sellercloud that records frequently used dimensions and weight services that are regularly shipped under certain patterns. So there's an algorithm that sort of remembers what you've done in the past, and when you make an attempt to ship otherwise, you get the little pop-up in the corner there, and it's telling you what the differences are between what you usually do and what you're trying to do right now. You can either select all of them, or you can just select some of them and say apply suggested, or you could just keep going and not do anything. This is just a service that many people find it handy when you're deviating from the it prevents error if you're deviating from what your normal shipping preferences are. Additional shipping providers. So we made some improvement in this area. We have Amazon Buy Shipping. Amazon Buy Shipping offers you the following advantages. You're purchasing the labels directly from Amazon. You get the A to Z protection, and you get discounted rates. So there are 2 tabs in Shipbridge currently. We'll look over here for a second. So we have this is the new tab, but this is only for non-Amazon orders. It supports only the Amazon shipping standard and should not be confused with Amazon Ground. That's the other tab over here. That's where you enter your main Amazon credentials, and that's intended for use with Amazon orders. And for non-Amazon orders, you're pretty much using the same thing, but you're entering the information on this tab. And then, of course, you print it out and you get that label. Pitney Bowes. So Shipbridge supports non-Shipbridge carriers, we'll call them for lack of a better name, such as Pitney Bowes, if you ship, not necessarily within Shipbridge, but you can print the labels and keep track of the shipping from within Shipbridge. And you can, when the label is stored with the order, Shipbridge has on the shipping tab uh, a feature that's we used to call it print channel specific documents. There's a new option to select there. It says print order documents for all orders. Those options allow you to print anything that is saved in Sellercloud with the order, any sort of supporting documents that are saved there when the order will be shipped, or we ship, which is just going some, in the case of Pitney Bowes and the like, Shipbridge is only going through the motions of the shipping. Of course, the shipping is not happening directly on Shipbridge, but it's printing a label for you and marking the order as shipped. USPS EVS labels. So this is, again, this is another um, service that people have set up with USPS. And if you're set up properly, then you go on the USPS tab and you enter your EVS information there, and you're able to ship orders that way. Preferred carrier. So always use cheapest rate to ship was a feature that's been for a while on Scan and Ship, but now it works much more seamlessly. Um, when you have everything set up with the ship by estimated delivery date, Shipbridge, almost without you knowing anything about it, will choose the proper carrier, will choose the cheapest and quickest carrier for you when you're using Scan and Ship. And this extends to the way it's set up in SKU blocks and the like. So it's something that can be very useful. And that's pretty much the end, but I'll take questions.